Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the first ever ASUS ROG AI mesh system, the ROG Rapture GT6. And I would like to say thanks to our friends at ASUS Philippines for making this video review possible. Without further ado, let us unbox the unit and check what is included. Inside the box, there is a LAN cable, 2 pieces power brick, 4 pieces power cord intended for different regions, and the 2 GT6 units. And lastly, there is a quick start guide and a warranty card. For the specification of this GT6, it has one 2.5 gigabit WAN port, 3 gigabit LAN port, one USB 3.2 port, 9 internal antennas, 512 MB of DDR4 RAM, tri-core processor. Operating frequency is 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency and 2.5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency can reach up to 4,804 Mbps, and 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency can reach up to 574 Mbps. Okay guys, that is on a best case scenario, and if you have the tool to utilize that bandwidth. And for the other information, I'll just include a link on the description below so you can actually check the full specs of this Wi-Fi router. Now, let me show you on how easy to configure these units. First things first, you need to plug the power brick on a wall outlet and of course the other end at the back of your Wi-Fi router. And aside from that one, you need to switch it on and plug a LAN cable to the one port, and the other end should be coming from your source of internet. In our case, this is directly connected to our main modem router. And aside from that one, let's try to open now our ASUS application. And let's try to check first if we are already connected to the default SSID of this one, which is the ASUS_00 GT6. That is the default SSID for this ROG Rapture. And then open the application, the ASUS Router application. This ASUS Router application can be downloaded on Google Apps and Apple Apps. And right now, we are on the ASUS Router application, and we need to click Set up a new router. Then after that one, choose the ROG series, the one on the top. Click on that one, and it will automatically scan on which ASUS router you're actually connected. Right now, it was able to detect ASUS_00 GT6 connected. Then we're going to choose that one, click on it, and connecting to ASUS, and it will start configuring the Wi-Fi router. Okay, after that one, click on Get Started. Then it will ask you if there is a special requirement from your ISP. For us, Converge, it doesn't have any special requirement, so we just need to click Next. And we need to configure now our default SSID. For our default SSID, let's name this one GT6. And for the Wi-Fi password, let's just 12345678990. And enter. Then, of course, for now, we're going to separate the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency and 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency for testing. So, separate. As soon as you click on that one, it will create 3 SSID. One for the 2.4, 2 for the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. But the password will be the same for all SSID. But if you want, you can customize it on this page as well. Now, let us click Next. Your Wi-Fi key is too weak. Yes, that is actually weak. And let's create a username and password for our default admin. Okay, and we have entered our credentials, the default credentials for admin configuration. And let's wait for a couple of minutes. Okay guys, after a couple of minutes, it was able to create the GT6 SSID. Let's just try to connect to the GT6 to finish the configuration. After that one, connected on the GT6, let's go back to the ASUS Router application, and it will continue the system setup. Okay, we have an option to skip. Let's skip this one for now, and you will be able to see the configuration that you have done earlier. This is the Wi-Fi name and the password that we have created, and of course the admin credentials. Then hit finish and you're actually good to go. You will be able to access the internet for now. And now let's try to configure the other node as well. Okay guys, for the second node, we need to plug the power cable at the back of this Wi-Fi router and do nothing else. And let's try to check our ASUS router application. Okay, right now it is still booting up and we'll try to configure. Let's try to check our devices. For the AI mesh, we only have one, which is the home. Let's try to rename this one, maybe for the location. Let's say this is the living room. Okay, and after that one, Let's just wait for a couple minutes. It will automatically configure itself as an AI mesh node. Okay guys, after around 3 minutes, it configured itself, added itself as an AI mesh node on our AI mesh system. As you can see right now, we have the living room, this one, the main node, and the other node will be the home. And you can actually rename it as well if you want. So let's try to say this one will be located at the bedroom. Then okay, then let's try to check again home. As you can see, there are actually 2 AI mesh nodes right now. That is really easy to configure. Okay guys, you might say that it is easy to configure because it is a 2-pack mesh system. But I'll try to show you on how easy to configure an additional node on a different series. Right now we have here the top series, and we have here on my mobile phone the ASUS router application, 2 nodes. I'll try to add this AX4200. Click on the plus sign on the top, then add AI mesh node. It will automatically scan for available ASUS Wi-Fi router that has mesh capability. Okay, as you can see, it was able to detect an unconfigured AX4200. So click on that one, then hit apply. Okay, and it will automatically add its configuration, or it will be added on our AI mesh system. I would just like to show you that this is being configured without a LAN cable as a backbone. We will be using this one as a wireless AI mesh node as well. Okay, after around 5 minutes, it is already configured and added to our AI mesh network. As you can see, we have 3 nodes here. One in the living room, the other one home is a GT6. Other home configured is the top AX4200. Okay, and as you can see, there are 3 nodes on the main homepage of our ASUS router application. And you can actually configure any other ASUS Wi-Fi router that has AI mesh capability on your AI mesh system. Now, let us check what are the things that we can actually do with this ROG Rapture GT6 via Web Management Console. But if you don't like that run through on the Web Management Console and want to skip ahead on the actual test, go to this timeline for the actual testing. Okay guys, right now we are going on the Web Management Console. Of course, you need to access the Web Management page, and our default IP is 192.168.15.1, and in addition, you should enter the credentials that you have set earlier. Now let's go to the dashboard. Under the dashboard, you will be able to see here the basic information about your Wi-Fi router, network traffic, download, upload, network ping, and of course, game radar will also be shown here. And at the same time, you can change your RGB lighting on your GT6 router. Okay, and aside from that one, let's go to the AI mesh. Okay, for the AI mesh, guys, this is actually helpful. It will show you the number of nodes that you have configured on your AI mesh network. Right now, we have here the GT6, and of course, 2 GT6 because it's a 2-pack system. We have here a home and the one on the first floor as well. And aside from that one, we have already configured a while ago the AX4200 if it will work. Okay, and aside from that one, you'll be able to see here as well the connectivity of your AI mesh node. Right now, let's click on network. As you can see here, the uplink type is actually wireless. You can see if it's using a LAN cable as a backhaul, but right now it is using a wireless as a backhaul. Guys, for the parental controls, we have here web and app filters and time scheduling. We have created a separate video for this one, specifically for web app filters and time scheduling. So you can check my channel regarding the configuration of this thing. But basically for the web app filters, you can actually block per device regarding the content category. And for the time scheduling, you can set a schedule on when the device can have internet access or not. Okay, next will be game acceleration. For the game acceleration, this actually has 3 levels. One is gaming port prioritization. And if you have a laptop or a desktop, definitely using a LAN cable and connecting it to that gaming port will give you better experience in your gaming. Okay, and of course, you have here ROG first, and you have to install this one on your laptop or desktop to optimize network traffic for online PC gaming. Okay, then aside from that one, we have the second level. For the second level, this is the gaming boost, which is the QoS, and the prioritization on which one will be prioritize if it's gaming or maybe it's work from home, online school, game server acceleration will be the WTF or what the fast, and this is a third party that will help you give the shortest route with lowest latency and peak time and will help gaming performance. And next one will be OpenNet offers a hassle-free way to create port forwarding rules for online games. Okay, so basically this will help your gaming experience better as well. And you can see here there is a game profile. There are a default already configured here, CSGO, Call of Duty, and everything. But if it's not located on this game profile, you can add the game that you want, get the protocol, external port, and internal port that you're using, and internal IP address, source IP address, and you're good to go. And next one will be Game Radar. Okay, for the Game Radar, this will just actually show you which server is best or appropriate to connect to. Like for example, right now we have here League of Legends. As you can see, USW has 7 ping, 9 ping for EU2, EU1, 7, and AU is 31. Of course, you'll choose a server to connect which has a lowest ping status. Next will be VPN. Okay, for the VPN, this is not just for gaming. Even for professional or work from home, you can configure your VPN for this Wi-Fi router. You have here PPTP, OpenVPN, IPv6 VPN, WireGuard, and of course VPN Fusion and Instant Guard. Okay, next will be for the traffic analyzer. Okay, for the traffic analyzer, this will just give you the traffic that is happening on your network. And we have here the bandwidth monitor, the actual usage of the devices that is connected to your network. And we have here the traffic monitor and web history. Guys, this web history is a great way to know on which device is accessing which is which. Okay? And of course, let's go to the next one. Okay, we are now on the advanced settings. Under the advanced settings, we have here the network map. Okay, definitely this one will give you the basic information on your Wi-Fi router. The number of clients, the number of a mesh node, and the wireless network. You can change the SSID for each wireless network, and of course the password as well. We also have here the status. The status is which is like if my hardware is having issues with a lot of devices connected. You can see here the CPU utilization, the RAM utilization, and Ethernet ports that are currently connected, and of course our favorite, the Aura RGB. You can also change the RGB settings of your GT6 Wi-Fi router. And next one will be the wireless. The most important thing for me here is the wireless MAC filter. Okay, for the wireless MAC filter, you can configure this one on which devices will be able to connect to your Wi-Fi network or which devices is not allowed on your network. You can choose either accept or reject. Okay, so this is a helpful tool to manage the devices that are connecting to your Wi-Fi network. And of course, next one will be guest network. For the guest network, guys, this is just basic. You can create a dedicated network for your guests, so they will be on your outside connection and restricts access to your local network. And we have here just an example. If we create one, you can hide the SSID or no, create an SSID name for that one, authentication method, and the access time and bandwidth limiter on how much bandwidth you are giving your guest devices. Okay, and next one will be LAN. Okay, under the LAN, guys, the most important thing here for me is the DHCP server, because for some devices, like if you have a server or a network printer, you definitely want to give them a reserved IP. So every time it reboots or the network reboots, it will have the same IP address, so you won't have any issue with printing. Next will be WAN. Okay, under WAN, we will be discussing dual WAN. Okay, because this is really helpful for redundancy if you have multiple internet service providers. So let's click on dual WAN. But aside from that one, you can actually configure your port trigger, virtual server, port forwarding, DMCT, DNS, and NAT pass-through. But for the dual WAN, okay, as you can see here, we can enable this one. And our primary one is the 2.5 gig WAN port. And of course, our secondary one can be USB or Ethernet LAN 1 or other Ethernet ports if you want to use them as well. And of course, we have here the dual one mode. Is it actually failover or load balance? Those are actually the two options. Next will be USB application, AI Cloud, Amazon Alexa, IPv6 firewall administration. Okay, guys, for the administration, I found something different here from this GT6 Wi-Fi router. Under the operation mode, there is no repeater mode. And we have here system, firmware upgrade, restore, and upload settings. Guys, definitely this will help you a lot because if there are times that you have an issue with your Wi-Fi router, you actually need to save your settings. Okay, after saving the settings, if you encounter any issue, you can restore the configuration that you set on your Wi-Fi router, and it will help you a lot in the trouble of configuring it again. Okay, I forgot to show you a while ago the game acceleration. On the level 2 side, we have here the game boost. For the game boost, guys, you can change the mode that you want to be prioritized. Like for example, earlier we have for the level 2, of course, the games will be prioritized, but if you want, you can choose other things as well. Like for example, work from home. For work from home, it will ensure an agile online conferencing experience, BOIP, instant messaging, email service, and other things. But for games, of course, Xbox and consoles will be prioritized as well. But if you want, you can customize this one. Which one will be having the highest priority? Gaming. Next will be, of course, maybe learn from home or maybe work from home. That are the option for this one. And aside from that one, we have here the gear accelerator. For the gear accelerator, you can use this one to prioritize a device that is connected on your network. So it will be prioritized for the gaming experience. Next one will be internet speed. Okay, under the internet speed, guys, this is helpful because, for example, if you have a low internet speed, you might actually say that your internet service provider is giving you low bandwidth rather than having the best internet speed that you paid for. In this one, coming directly from your main modem router to this GT6 ROG Rapture router, you can do a speed test. So that speed test is actual speed that you are getting from your internet service provider. We have done this a while ago and we have 497 for download while 494 for upload. And as you can see, we have here the specification of your internet bandwidth. Like for example, for us, it is super. We can actually support many 4K streams, and the lower that you get, it will just give you information on how good your internet speed is. And I think that will be all for now for the web management console. Okay guys, right now we are just standing in front of the ROG Rapture GT6 and we're going to do a baseline testing. But first, let us try to check that we are connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency of this Wi-Fi router. And of course, our mobile data is turned off as well. So let's try to do a speed test. Okay guys, I would just like to let you know that we have a plan 2500 from Converge and it is actually just 500 Mbps for now. And our speed test for our baseline testing connected to this GT6 is 495 Mbps per download while 504 for upload. Now let's try to move to the other room. Okay guys, right now we are on the bedroom and let's try to do a speed test on what speed are we able to get on this location. Okay, and right now we are able to get 496 Mbps for download while for upload it is 338. Now let's try to move downstairs. Okay guys, and as you can see, the Wi-Fi router is there and guys, we have a concrete wall, a concrete floor. Okay guys, right now we have a poor signal for the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency because we know that 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency has less range compared to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. So we are going to connect to the GT6, which is the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency of this Wi-Fi router. Okay, and we are connected and let's try to check again. Our connection GT6 and our mobile data is still turned off. And let's do a speed test. Okay, and right now we are able to get 61 Mbps for download while 47.4 for upload. Now let's try to move upstairs or on the roof deck. Okay guys, right now we are on the roof deck and I believe we have at least two concrete barrier or a floor and a wall that is in between our Wi-Fi router and our mobile phone. But of course, we are still connected to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. Okay, mobile data is turned up and let's do a speed test. Okay guys, as you can see, we are still able to have an internet access on this location and it is 29.4 for download while 4.34 for upload. Okay guys, you have seen on how one ROG Rapture GT6 performs. It is located on the second floor. We were able to have an internet connection on the third floor or even here on the ground floor. But unfortunately for some and even for me, I don't like having just an internet connection on the roof deck and here on the ground floor. I want the best internet speed as possible. So we have here configured the other GT6 AI mesh node. And let's try to open the ASUS router application. As you can see, we have two. First, GT6 is actually main home. That one is located on the second floor and connected by a LAN cable directly connected to our main modem router. And next one will be the first floor. The first floor is this AI mesh node. And as you can see, there are no LAN cables connected in here as an AI mesh node. And it is using a 5 GHz Wi-Fi network to communicate with our main node on the second floor. And as you can see, our mobile phone is connected to this unit as well. And let's try to do an internet speed test. Okay guys, just a reminder, the reason why we need an AI mesh node or another node here on the ground floor is because when you have a single node and you place it somewhere inside the house, the moment you go further away from it, and in addition there are wall barrier, floors, and other barriers, your internet or Wi-Fi signal will actually get weak and your internet speed will be slower. So right now, let's try to do a speed test. Okay guys, from our initial speed test using just one node on the second floor, around 60 plus Mbps and 40 plus Mbps for download, we are now getting 490 Mbps for download while 430 Mbps for upload. And that was a great increase in speed using a wireless backhaul AI mesh node. You might say, yes, it has a great range, but how does it actually perform? Guys, we can show you download, browsing, video streaming, video chat, but the ultimate test would always be online gaming. Is it actually stable? Because in games, the moment you encounter an unstable network, your latency would shoot up, and even on a split-second lag, your character might be already dead. In our gaming test, I'll show you that even on a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency from this ROG Rapture GT6, our gaming experience is top tier, even inside the bedroom, which we have a wall barrier between this GT6 and our bedroom. And as you can see, we are getting a single digit latency. And guys, that is 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. And another test is, we removed the other nodes, we just configured one GT6 on the second floor, went downstairs, connected to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency on the second floor network, and yet, we are still getting a single digit latency on Mobile Legends. Guys, that was a great performance from the ROG Rapture GT6. What more if you're connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network on the ground floor? And in addition, what more if you have configured your AI mesh node on the ground floor as well? Okay, let's try to do a recap on the things that we have done. Give my rating and recommendation. The things that I like is first, the configuration. It is straightforward, very easy to configure, and even adding an AI mesh node from another series is very easy. Next is great Wi-Fi range. Yes, even one GT6 was able to provide us an internet or network connection on the roof deck and on the ground floor. In addition, this is a two-pack system, so I can place the other unit on the ground floor or even on the roof deck, and give me the best network speed as much as possible as shown in our test. In addition, there is no hassle of laying out LAN cable to have a great AI mesh network because these are tri-band router. The third band would be utilized as a dedicated backhaul for your AI mesh, and performance is like having a LAN cable as a backhaul. Next is mesh node compatibility. There are no limitation if you have an old RT series, top series, Sun series, or even the new series. You can still use them and add to your AI mesh network. Next is gaming. You have seen on how it performs. Single digit latency, even on the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. Next is parental control. And next, and next, and next. Actually, there are a lot of things that we can talk about this ROG Rapture GT6. It is actually great. But, of course, there are things that I think that can be improved. Like, for example, it is only using a tri-core processor. And there is no extra 2.5 gig LAN for my server. But guys, these still deserve a 5-star on my rating because per checking on the price today, this is actually cheaper than the Zen Wi-Fi XC12, which has a 4-core processor, and in addition, it has a 2.5 gig LAN. But guys, honestly, that tri-core processor is still a beast for home network, especially that it is already Wi-Fi 6 router. And question is, will I recommend this new router? Definitely a yes. If you have a large piece to cover, this will give you a great network experience and you don't need to worry about that there might be a new router that they will release, because you can still add or use them on your AI mesh network regardless of the series. But if you want a quad-core processor, then the Zen Wi-Fi XC12 might be your option. But nonetheless, this is actually a great performing for its price range. And I think that will be all. I hope you like the video. If you do, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. So it will help me build my channel. If you have comments and suggestions, comment down below or message me at JK Chavez on FB. Again guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe and bye!